Good morning, Frieda. How are you?
Good morning, Lyric. I am happy today. I got up and looked out the window, and the red maple outside my window has got big, fat, green buds on it and little sprinkles of rain, and it just, everything looks really green. So I'm very happy today.
Nice. The weather makes a huge difference, and spring is delightful, isn't it?
It is. It makes us hopeful again.
It does.
Oh,
Where are you located?
I live outside Chicago, about 40 miles straight west of Chicago. So I'm considered a suburb. I'm in Elgin, Illinois.
And how are things going there?
It's hard to say. I am assuming it's fine-ish, as like the rest of the country. We listen to the news, and we're not in the news. Although the company that my one son works for was in the news. He works for Fisher Nuts, and their plant is here, and they were in the news. But they're taking care of it. So
Are they okay?
they are okay. And what he told me, he's been working at home for about a month, and he actually just went back in yesterday limitedly. And I talked with him this morning, and he said it was very weird to go in. They took his temperature, and everybody had masks on, and it was very lightly populated. But being that they produce food, they already have very strict sanitation in place anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Plant is right there, and so they're still going. And I said, so is sales down? He said, it's really funny. Some areas are down, but peanut butter is way up. I guess it's being hoarded with toilet paper and tuna fish. Yeah.
Okay. Or there are a lot more kids eating lunch at home.
Exactly, that too. Right.
Yeah, that could be it. Although our peanut butter consumption is way down, because I have one kid who every single day for the past 8 years, it's a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. He only wants to eat the same thing every day. But now that he's home, he's cooking eggs for lunch. So
I have a good friend who has chicken, so I'm getting fresh eggs, which is really nice.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. Yeah, when my kids were little, I was involved with a food co-op, and I used to get peanut butter by the tub, literally 15-gallon tub, and that would last.
Wait a minute, 15 gallons?
Yeah, that's huge.
That's not that's a bucket.
Maybe they were 5 gallons.
Okay.
They said 5 gallons. So,
Yeah.
Big tub.
A bucket, yeah.
Bucket of peanut butter. And we would go through it.
Wow.
You got 3 boys, You've got how many kids?
I have 5 kids. 3 of them are home. My 2 oldest are gone and married and grown up and being amazing people far away.
Yes, far away. That's one of the first things I'm going to do is go see my grandkids.
Yeah.
Far away.
Nice. So how have you been coping?
I'm coping really pretty well. I was thinking yesterday, I'm kind of happy as a pig in sugar, because having worked for myself for the last 15 years, this routine is very normal to me.
Yeah.
Getting up, doing my, I get dressed every day, all these people that are going without bras, I can't imagine, or living in their sweatpants. I get up, I work out, I eat breakfast, I come down and I start working. The nice thing is that I don't have to spend half of my day getting ready for teaching gigs that are coming up. So I'm working on all my own projects, which is always very satisfying to do that.
It is nice to have time for that. Did you have a lot of gigs canceled?
I did, and try to reschedule, and I think it's just really kind of up in the air now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
It is what it is. What are you working on right now?
Well, I'm working on a big piece for myself that I hope to enter in some shows, so I'm not going to tell you about that. But and then I've got 2 bed quilts going. I decided last year, I finished a big king-size bed, because I have a king-size bed, a big king-size quilt, that I want to have a dozen quilts for my bed, 1 for every month. Right.
Nice.
So I have 4. 3 are very, very simple that I'd already finished. In fact, 1 is just Marimekko fabric that I quilted,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on 2 of those right now. You know Barbara Black?
Yeah.
Yeah, she posted about her lifetime quilt with these 1-inch squares, and I thought, I have all this fabric. I should be doing that. So I'm working on some of that. Let me grab this. I'll show you what this
I love
is.
your background.
Yeah, I'm also running a big sale. I'll talk about that. So
Nice.
this is,
Woo!
I have to make 16 of these. And this took me about a month to make. Those are finished 1-inch F. Yeah.
Half square triangles.
Right.
That's amazing.
So I have that going. Those are my what I call my thread bunnies. So my beginners and my enders.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then don't ask me why. I started one that has little 1-inch 4 patches for all the leftover. So these quilts may take me a while, but yeah. And then I finished off some socks. I had some beautiful yarn that I bought in Maryland. This is my favorite.
I'm salivating.
I know, these are great. I can't really wear them now. And then I love to take my leftover sock yarn and make what I call scrap socks. So I have one of these finished.
You make me want to learn to knit.
Yeah, I don't knit a lot. I only knit socks because they're so portable. You know, you can take them with you when you're traveling. Yeah. Don't take up much space, and they don't require much brain power. I just do simple designs. And
so I have 2 daughters who I made sure when they wanted to that they knew how to knit, and I'd say, I'll buy all the yarn you want if you just knit me socks.
Yes, socks are great. I have a drawer full, and I don't mind giving away socks, you know, to people. People say, oh, will you make me a quilt? And I'm like, not unless you're related to me. But socks, I don't mind giving those away. And it's fun when you travel to go to a yarn shop and to buy yarn. And then when you pull them out, you go, oh yeah, I bought this yarn.
You remember those things? That's a unique kind of travel, what do you call it? Souvenir.
Right. So I just finished off a pair of socks. I did a cruise last August to Alaska, and I bought some, finished those off. So, you know, it's fun. Those are nice memories.
Yeah. We get refrigerator magnets.
Yeah, I get those too.
And it's, you know, it'll fit in your pocket. It's out where everybody sees it. So everybody asks and you get to talk about all the cool places. And we have like this much left on the bottom.
Yeah. With all the family pictures. I have all the pictures from all my family. Because I only live close to one of my children. And none of our siblings live close to us. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
Somebody's calling. What are you working on? Anything?
Nothing really. I'm working on, I've been hired to do a Zoom class.
Yes.
I mean, lecture, no problem, but the class is trying to figure out how to do it so that I'm able to interact with the students. So I need to film some things ahead of time so that we have good, clear lighting, and I've been putting it off too long because my brain just isn't in the place. So I have to do that in the next couple days. And then I decided to go through a bunch of my vacation pictures, and because I really miss being out and going different places. Yes. So I'm looking at my pictures and I'm trying to print them on fabric. I'm having a little issue with my printer, but it will keep me busy for a day. But then I think I'll print them on fabric and just embroider, do some mindless embroidery on it.
And that's what my knitting is. You know, it's kind of a mindless thing to sit and do.
Yeah.
We have to keep our hands busy, don't we?
We do.
As artists.
Yeah, I've gotten, I mean, for a lot of years when all 5 of my kids were home, I did not have time at all to watch TV or read books or anything. And now that I have a little more time to do that, they all sit down to watch TV, and I last about 3 minutes before I need something.
I need to feel productive.
Do something with my hands.
Yeah. I can't just be a zombie in front of the TV.
No.
Actually, when I'm in my studio, I don't ever have the TV on,
Mhm.
because if it's on, I'll end up, watching it. Even if I've seen this thing 100 times, I'll still turn and watch it. But I do listen to books on tape.
Yeah, I listen to audiobooks. I don't have the TV on because I tried, and it took me a week to get through a 1 hour episode of something because I walk off and then I come back and I've missed something in the plot. So it was pointless. And I was like, it doesn't work. It is what it is. It's good. How are you staying in touch with your people, with your quilting people, with your
Oh, yeah.
family?
So we've been Zooming like everybody else. We've set up family Zooms for both sides of our family, my husband's and mine, and ours, I should say. My sister, his siblings, and then our kids and grandkids. So we have multiples of those. And uh, the Chicago School of Fusing, Laura set up a Zoom. You were part of that, and that's fun. We do that every couple of weeks, and then Laura and I FaceTime for lunch a lot.
Nice.
Because we actually live in, Laura Wazlowski and I live in the same town, a couple miles apart, and we often would meet during the week and have lunch. So we miss
Are you
that.
still vending together, or did one of you
We
retire?
quit vending. We quit last year vending. It just got to be so expensive and hard, and we're getting old. So we decided we're just teaching, which is good. And in fact, I'm running a sale on my website. You can see all my patterns back here. And I'm having a big sale to get rid of some inventory. So I have on my website 65% off my patterns and what's left of my kits.
Wow. We'll put the link down here in
Yeah.
the description and at the end of the video as well. Maybe turn sideways and show us some of your favorite patterns. So are those all fusible applique?
They are. They're all raw edge fused, and a lot of these I've taught as classes. The one on the top is called Hummingbirds, and it's got silk in the kit, and the ones under it are called Cardinals. I'm so original with my naming. And they also have silk for the Cardinals. And then the one next to the barn is called Under the Sea. And you were talking about doing a Zoom class. I have a YouTube video that shows step-by-step of making that one. And then I've got some trees and some other flowers and some landscapes. The brown one is called Emerging Leaves. It's also got silk in it. So, it's very fun. People think that silk is very difficult to work with, but it's not when you fuse it.
So your patterns come with dyed fabric already?
They do. What I have left of the kits, I decided not to do that online anymore. So whatever I have left is, I have kits for the hummingbird and the cardinals and the farm and the ocean and the leaves. And then I just have all the rest in patterns.
Oh, I might have to go shopping later.
Well, and the thing is, it's 65% off.
I know, that's awesome.
That's almost free.
And your dyed fabric is so beautiful.
It's so luscious, isn't it? So it's fun to work with the dyed fabrics. I enjoy that very much.
Yeah. Well, lovely. Is there anything else that you want to say to our people?
Well, I hope that everybody is finding time to be creative. I think what a great opportunity this is to, delve into your sketchbook and pull out a design that you had been thinking about and start playing around with it. We don't have any timelines to restrain us, so we do have that. And not be afraid to get creative. I've been watching on Facebook people saying that oh, they're in a slump. And I think if you just get out your fabric and start fondling it, organize it, and all of a sudden the ideas start to flow. You're like, oh, I should do that. Oh, I thought about doing that. Oh, I'm going to go do that.
Yeah. Sometimes that works. Sometimes the slump is more anxiety filled than otherwise. I've had a little bit of that. I've had a little bit of, no matter what I do, I'm looking through my sketchbooks, I'm trying to get myself going. And sometimes it just doesn't work, and you do just have to, okay, I'm just going to go lay in bed for a while. And then the next day I can get out the fabric. But let's challenge our people. Let's say if you do keep a sketchbook, pull it out, choose one thing, and then maybe just small mess around with it. Make 3 or 4 iterations and see what happens.
And that's the way I work a lot, is just actually I find it helpful if I give myself predetermined diameter, because sometimes when you start fooling around, something grows. But if I sketch out like 16 by 20 inches, which a lot of these little quilts are, that gives you an area to work in, and it's somewhat limiting, so it's not overwhelming. Oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to make it? And that helps. Or even the smaller, 6 by 9. I think 6 by 9 is a kind of a hard format, even to let an idea run free.
With a lot of my students, we do 5 by 7 studies just with scissors and a glue stick.
Sure.
So it's not making a quilt, it's a study. And you just do variations to work out ideas. And I find it a good size for that, because I give them permission. If it's bad or anything, you have permission to throw it away. You're not making a finished product. You're just studying an idea.
Right. I do think that a lot of the people feel like that they don't want to waste, so that's kind of hard for them, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the learning as an important part of the process, then it's not a waste. It was just tools you needed to get to a more clear idea of where you want to go.
Yes, exactly. Oh, did you hear
that? It's okay. That might be our signal that our time is about up. It has been absolutely delightful to see your lovely face and say hello. And
absolutely,
I am going to go to your website afterward.
Oh, good. Check it out. Yes, thank you, Lyric, and thanks for doing this. I'm sure that people are enjoying watching these.
And I'm enjoying just seeing people.
Yes, actually talking. I called my sister yesterday, and I only have one sibling, and I'm like, you're the only person besides my husband that I've talked to today. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody.
It is.
We do miss that. Absolutely, face to face.
Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Stay safe. Love you. Stay well.
I'll see you on Zoom.